to go ahead and get started and call a public service meeting to order. The chairperson, Tara Samples, is not here today. Looks like all other members are present. And Public Service did hold a meeting last week where there was three pieces. Can we get approval of those minutes, please?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor? Aye. All right. On the committee is myself, Swirsky, Lombardo, and McKittrick. All right, we have three new pieces in front of us today, and our first piece is authorizing the Director of Public Service or his designee, after publicly advertising for bids, to enter into a contract or contracts for the removal and replacement of the concrete taxiway H1 at Akron Executive Airport and declare an emergency. And we have our very own Service Director, Chris Sluttle, with us.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Yes, out at our FBO, we have this H1 runway, basically from the building out to the taxiway. It's about 225 feet long, and we'd like to remove that concrete. So this will allow us to enter a contract after we bid it for this work. So ODOT, it's about $312,000. ODOT's paying $300,000, and TIF will pay for the other $12,000 for this project. And
right.
Consent would be fine, sir.
All right, sounds good. Let me see if there's any questions or comments in regards to this from committee members. Any questions or comments? All right. Any council members in chambers? No? All right. Chris did say he's okay with consent agenda. Can I get a motion for that?
Motion for consent. Second.
We have a motion, a second. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, we'll put that on the consent agenda. Our second piece, authorizing the Director of Public Service or his designee, without the formality of publicly advertising for bids, to enter into a contract or contracts with Crumroy Cozad Construction and Sports Field Specialties for the emergency replacement and extension of the field netting at Canal Park Stadium and declare an emergency. Chris?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Yes, we started looking at the netting with the Rubber Ducks after the season last year, and the extension will take it from foul pole to foul pole. So basically protecting all the fans that are sitting in the stands from any foul balls. So Crumroy is the construction company that's actually adding one pole in left field, and then all the hardware will attach to the wall, and we had an engineer look at this, of the Duck Club. So they are doing that as we speak. And then Sports Field Specialists, the reason why we did this so early is to get them on their schedule, because they're going to be doing multiple fields before the season starts. So they will probably be in town, we're thinking next week. Okay. And within a couple weeks, at least by the end of February, all the netting will be up and installed.
All right, what happens to the old netting?
Well, there wasn't nothing there.
Oh.
So they're extending the net.
New. Okay,
they're extending all the netting.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, thanks. Any questions or comments from committee members? Councilman Swirsky.
Just saw that the Cleveland Indians are doing the same kind of thing. They were extending the netting.
Yes.
And it probably is recognized in professional sports now that it's going on around the whole country. So
yes, I think at every level of Major League Baseball is doing this.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure about colleges, but we did this, we were proactive in doing this to get them on the list so they wouldn't be here in July or that, because they're very busy.
So it's going to be ready
It'll be ready for opening day. I believe it's April 17th.
Okay, one more comment.
Yes,
Play
sir.
ball.
Play ball, he said.
Play ball.
Any other questions or comment? Councilman Lombardo.
Yes, Mr. Luddle, so I assume there's not many companies that put netting up, but where's this company from?
Crumroy's local. I'm not sure
Okay.
where. I could find out for you, though.
Crumroy's local.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Councilman. Good question. Any other questions or comments? Committee members, council members in chambers? All right, with that, I think suspension of the rules would be appropriate for this, so I'll make that a motion.
Second.
I have my motion and a second from Councilman Swirsky. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, we'll suspend the rules on that this evening, Chris, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, our last and final piece, ratifying the actions of the Director of Public Service in entering into a contract with A. Crano Excavating for the emergency repair of a commercial sanitary sewer lateral at 2020 West Market Street, authorizing payment therefore and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. This is a sanitary sewer repair that actually, the repair had to be made right at the main sewer on Market Street. So this apartment building is between Pershing and White Pond, and it's on the north side, or the south side of the street. Commercial properties are responsible to maintain and repair their laterals at their cost. But a few years back, Mayor Horgan, we started looking at these things, and we actually hired this contractor, and we will pay this contractor, then we will assess this property over 10 years to pay us back. So this was a little bit, being almost 15 feet deep, it was about 14 feet deep on an 18-inch main, was a little bit large for our equipment and for our crews to do in-house, so that's why we hired Crano to do this repair.
All right, sounds good. Any questions or comments from committee members? All right, council members in chambers. So we got Councilman Malik out of Ward 8.
One note too, this work is done.
Okay.
It's completed.
And
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to thank Service Department staff. I know I spoke with the property manager, and it was a really difficult situation there on Market Street in some difficult weather. And they, had sewer backups, had to put people up in hotels, but you guys were able to get out there and help out. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your comments. I appreciate that. Any other questions or comments? Chris, what's your pleasure?
If we could suspend the rules, like I said, the work is already done. We'd like to pay the contract.
All right, thank you.
Motion to suspend the rules?
I have a motion and a second from Councilman McKittrick. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, well,
One thing, back to your, sports field specialties is out of New York. Okay?
all right,
You're welcome.
good. That's the netting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thanks for getting us that answer. With that, we're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.